Huatian HT125 scooter for sale on eBay. In the paperwork it has its V5 registration document, one former keeper. It has its original sort of invoicing and that kind of stuff, and certificate of conformity. It's got an HPI check that shows it's all clear, so there's nothing there on the bike's history to be concerned about. There's no MOT test certificate with the bike. I don't think it's ever had an MOT. So anyway, looking around the bike, a few little things to point out. The front brake, where it's been sitting for so long, is no longer working as it should do. The lever in fact pulls back to the handlebars without slowing the front wheel down very much, so there's no reserve travel. Perhaps there's no fluid in the, or very little fluid in the reservoir there, but I haven't taken the cover off to have a look. When I got to the bike, the rear tyre was flat. I've pumped it up. I don't know if it will stay up, but if it doesn't, it's because what usually happens is the dirt gets in the seal there, so you need to let the tyre down, clean up the tyre beading area, and then pump it up again. That should seal it, if it is in fact leaking, which I don't know if it is or not. There's a lock that's on the back there. I know the number of the lock, but it doesn't come off. Perhaps it's seized up, maybe it's got water in it or something, so you might have to cut that off, or put some WD-40 in it or something like that. The exhaust is a bit rusty on the bike, although it is sealed. It's not making any kind of noises or anything, but it is looking a bit rusty. There's no mirrors on the bike. There's some screws that have been put into the holes there, so you might want to do something with that. The starter motor, when you press the starter button, sounds a bit dry. I suspect that's because it's been left standing. I think if you keep using the bike, it may well sort itself out. You may also think it'll be easier to squirt some oil onto the pinion bearing if you felt like it. There's a couple of cable ties around the bike. There's one there holding the panels on, so I guess some of the fittings have got tired with taking them off and on, I guess. There's a couple of those I've noticed. But basically that's it. It does start up, it does run, it seems to ride well enough. The engine sounds fine, doesn't smoke or anything like that. It's got an alarm system on it which seems to work. I'm not quite sure how it works, but by pressing the buttons you can see that it is trying to do what it's supposed to do. So anyway, there we go. Good luck with the bidding.